ala baraka bake UDP Nkolu ale konsaje ale konsaje ajiwo nyinem kuma kawo me ya lon ko wol be trenda gambe dawde daraje nyala ka boje ajiwo so sai sade juma la be me ya lon ko ta la arson na da tara wonji aji operation baden gambien ko non ko wala desire le de to nyalam ko ya desire le to nyalam ko decision makers but ko non ko wala desire le sayende kamna diamo ko all the way from Bara. For being fair in Niamina Kudang Udp. There is no place that diamond welcome. There is no place, there is no single region that diamond Mammo, Dino, Keba, Bero, Keba Kotolo, Melialo, Mafin, Minatan for IG. Every Gambian needs to know this. Every Gambian need to know that why equal IG. Every Gambian need to know why equal IG. So it's very important. Blal Malialonko ima desire follow. Blal Malialonko be koma is very important pour ilamolu ye kalamtando ko nyele be keni. My fellow Gambians, Gambia Dimul, Gambian Kolu, Gadiamatole. They said my volume is not okay. Let me do this other alternative Najibe, what's gonna happen. Everybody is saying ko. Good. So mobe ko IG. Mobe be nyana foka IG. IG. Yanks. So IG wala mu kumud me alon ko wala be keri. Wala mu bro Yanks. Yanks. So you coming, right? Yeah. Okay. Good. Okay. Yeah, alcohol. Alcohol. Bella flow you didn't call Ben came mamadi. So Baden Gambian Kolu, Baden UDP Kolu. Let's come to the business. Mesdames de Science and Ballet, Niamina Niamina Kudang, Bewoleto. Kunun tatale damento wotamu fuladu dobon kunda from fuladu dobon kunda natana munto natan joben from joben natana munto wala mu nyamila jaren mboda jaren natakalla munto nalla nyamila kudang but saying ka update diala kabe wulta nun kunun albeya jele mo jamal melyalon ko bansan sato kono nara alaj usen ya so kono to declare their support to UDP inara kela support ta ka di UDP la mo jama melyalon ko nara so kono ka alaj usen konton inada ko to nyalam beya sudele bansan ko fon la sudele wol opposition wol leti anu mo le sudele active politicien wol mudi melyalon ko NPP mo le sudele nun ko active politicien wol mudi APRC inada suokono ene bawsen side kachata eko now they are in UDP eko ito nada UDP le niye nyinen ka ekamine foye mine yatinna aton nada UDP sign because akumada bake ko fana nyinen ka ila nyinen karo momenti wala nyinto ko ila hamo momenti wala Gambia kendo ila hamo momenti wala nyinto ko Gambia me ya lonko loptano kendol be sodola ila hamo mumenti wala nyudugo Gambia me ya lonko loptano to borol be sodola je ila hamo mumenti wala nyudugo Gambia me ya lonko be kala bakilum fa kilumuti ila hamo mu nyudugo Gambia me ya lonko ibe mol right bilela ila hamo mu nyudugo Gambia me ya lonko mota nyapila mokan mota sembo jaay la mokan ila hamo be mu wallet so walatina many people mo jama ba Melia Lonko from different places in other Bansang, Sokono, in other Alai Usenia, ya Kontong ala Sokono, Kafae ko, Tonya, Gambia Banko, in Yantakadi Alai Usenella. Mboda ala Sokono, Dada Midung Sado Midume Alonko, Nasado Dobon Kundale, but Tonya, Fladu is no go area for NPP. Tonya, Sanajawra Mumoliti Mea Lonko, Ayala Doko Nole, and Nun Tonya, Fladun Colson Lago Sanajawra Ayala Doko Nole. Yes. Fladun Colson Lago Sanay Doko Nole, Fladun Colson Doko, yes, Sanajawra Ki Menna, Dibide Bunkono Sanajawra Bola Kekang. But every serious politician, if I understand Lago Sanajawra is the right choice for Fladu. Ndara Dobon Kunda, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Domon Kunda meeting was one of the most successful meetings we've done. Yes, we have successful meetings in many places, but Tonya, Domon Kunda meeting also was successful. So, contenta bake, Domon Kunda Kola meeting ola. We are very happy. The attendance was great. The meeting was really colorful. Adama dungul fente in large numbers. Ya alai usienu bendong. Ngo madungul yalong kukile beje gamme ko nyanta ko long. Ngo ndol buka na video edit. Ndol buka na welcoming video muke edit. There is no video me along ko bitaje nde mem post iba follow ko na edit le no. Because I am not going to fake my people. Ndaman tanda mol fake la mem man tanambul ka fako mun talati. Alda NPP ko la video jibe la video nyul yebe edit le. Ndele yafo. Momo ya lonko you know about edit yeta video jibe la video kebe edit le pour que molta ke fake yeta kapota ya post yeta kapota ya post yeta kapota ya post. We don't do that. Ndol bu ko okay. Ndol ka natural crowd la tande adama do la crowd me ya lonko mol la ka finte mel ya lonko ye support la so for the party mol le mel ya lonko ñul mo mol le mel ya lonko amanga comme ya jigindi ko dole la go ndol la bendula do mo bu kana je ñing kamako e be ko dole di la no ndol la bendula mul kana je men kamaro ñul ko they love the party e kana je men kamay la gambe ken dole soto mbodo do mon kunda nata joben fana alhamdulillah yembe nun suwole la suwo bari disclaimer, I have to make this very clear. Go. Kabina suwol ñan ko ñun suwol ñul ali bay ban ye bor ne jibe ban bar suwol ñul ka bor ñame yi manke NPP suwol de ñun mu UDP suwol le ka NPP jalo ya fala ko suuma mamboro no kana samba kele dulato bari wala keta president maro mamboro no ya samba kele dulato NPP mamboro no ye samba kele dulato kelo mi alon ko ta winno no NPP suwol ñul mo kané sang ne sang an seno ta keno le NPP suwol momo ye sang an seno me mo seno tla fo ta keno ila suwol la but mbidu mbodo joben nata jaren mbidu also was very successful. And I'm going to in large numbers. So kuta. It was almost 2 a.m. So kuta. But Gambia don't find. But it's very important for them. Byron diaspora. Alakodo aliadi menna wala boyi sedi kanti. And no nanyo lonko. Kiaman boyi sedi kan anyantaka report diaspora kolele what is on the ground. Diaspora salon is really making change. So this is why we have a brother here, Boyi Serikan, Afanamina Kafali, Kol Melialon ko Lekeda, Kununimbi, Kununimbi, although Moj Inila Mulse Diamu, the people from diaspora Ibebadunka.
Thank you, Sirifo. Mbe Mobe Kontono, everybody. Wherever you are, good evening, good morning. Al Tinyang, Al Urara, Al Sama, you know, Balve Konton, Al Tolna, Al Konton, diaspora. Big up to you all. Bafalali, Al Nimbara, Al Lakatakola. mbafalale ko kontano warata. We are winning, and we are winning. Change is coming, and real change is coming to the Gambia. I can assure you. Comment siri foya fo nyame. Alhamdulillah kunung wulda bansang dunda domon kundale. Nde I'll comment nga fo nyame dalta folale nyame. I've been in this for all these years, and I'm not new to these stores. Nge experience le, and ninga difference oje I can tell the difference. Na tol ka nyame anim bi nga menji alhamdulillah. Anu ninka le ko we are winning, and I can assure you Kaboko, this election is ours, and there is nothing that can stop the wind of change in this country. And Allah kodo menuka funyoma zafu aleko, the money is put into good use. And dunda sundin suba sate nin sate ba medunna betole janin kate fa besila. And we have ground house to house campaign many along simultaneously over happened in various parts of the country, and we have monitoring teams also. Many are long deploy, mostly diaspora call them. Walla longa momenti ila area alto ya jube proper coordination of taraji, but also ya long ni mo kurungol men ya long ko barona la molu men ko dum molu kan to make sure we stop them. Ngeje dawo da nga chochol kumandi kama ibe kuruya men ka stop. But to make matters short for you people, assurance di Allah ko ni election o saya da malas atinan sa lose, inshallah.
Saya do sa atinan sa use nyaji be kunun da won kunda miton mol fintuta nyama in large numbers. Da won kunda miton ay karande minala bare ngi meta politiko ko.
So sirifo da won kunda miton I encourage them now. The wind of change is blowing across the country. I was totally surprised. Tilobe Kandarin, Tilo, I think it was around 2 a.m.
2 p.m.
2 p.m. sorry.
Yes.
2 p.m. Tilibulo. Molo Tilo Koto. Kuyam Fangotaje. Kuyam just for VIP lembar. So Molya Lo Tilo Koto. Wanyama is an indication of their commitment to the United Democratic Party. The wind of change blowing across the country, there is no way, there is nothing that can stop it. Yena Dara Njoben. Njoben suo kuta nyawanyang. Suol.
And suol for mela.
This is a place many along ko kaila makundala. These are places many along ko before unka mutako they are not our traditional areas. But in tanga manya sifa menja oto kunung. Crowd men benta auto adun crowd mo men benta je mo be tankunde mo be la mo fo mitingo banta.
So it's like the tribal politic, the tribal notion MPP be come see for them fancy ko men ya in the kabanko. It's like Gambian kodi
majority of the Gambian people e kodi alal. Majority of the Gambian couldn't meeting on Joben is an indication of that. That people are turning their back on Barrow and all tribal politics.
Even I have even seen village leaders comes out, and then say, look, we are here for development, we are not here for any tribal conflict.
Nko kunung manome addressing ke Jareng.
Jareng, yes. That one.
I
think that one we're gonna broadcast.
Is the best. I don't think any of us can do it better than him. Anywhere for him to be given the chance to speak. So Barola tribalism is not going to hold water. Gambian only realize and no amount of politics or inducement can break relationships. Baro is if anything is the enemy of this country. Bari niya mutamome alonko bi nalota base asafo ko ntamu sara hulolete. Nalota baribu ninkiang ninjara ko mumman ninkolate. Nalota fonya ko ndokola be futurin jolale. So this is an indication of somebody who is insecure, but also who is very, very, very desperate, who can do anything and say anything just to win elections. Baro ya fole ako ni be kate o fa nyin la molbul, you can say anything. I think we ko ba molien Gambian lo, and Gambians have seen that. Kabako Baro mu jamfantuolati, adun they will turn their back on him. You know.
Segu Sedili is saying thank you, comrade. The feeling in the country shows majority are ready to effect change on December 4th. What Segu Sedili Lagulu and Aluja Yishako, don't you know this tribal politic Baro and his people are doing is backfiring on them?
Big time. It's backfiring on them big time. Nkokunu meeting is an indication of that. Ngani meeting wala menu keta Niamina la Kabring Wulta, Anin Kara, Bara, Fast Nyaga Choynyol, all those areas. Ntolunga Menji, Wolem Barola tribalism politics has failed. It has backfired big time on him. I don't the proof will be on the polling day. Neil is also announced a Luolu. Mobe be surprised lale. At the be surprised lale. I don't even think Barowe election results all but Lanyim Bangkoka. I don't believe it. But I want to take this opportunity to welcome Sehu Sedile. You know, he's around. And most of our comrades are also arriving. Jara is around, and many people. Nancy should be around. Many of them are coming. This is our battle to lose. You know, it's our battle to fight, but also our battle to lose. Amanga ko molla kala munyin tolla kelolem. Nenko mu baro e kelo wul nin tolla kamma. Nga aldan le nga futas Jara Soma. Mba address la jele. I attack menke on the diaspora if time allows. That's why Antefana Mbota Jarales Gambia tema mbala kumo jabi la jele. Kaitanda la ko aman sole fa abamam futu amam barika wala atinna ni wote diaspora nkolu wala li yete sindi wala li ko ku kala ite bu mendi mu wote bi ni te ko ka si e ko ka wala lu tinya diaspora nkolu men alon ko e ba no makodi nyinola ndol manke wote ndol kana na fulo le bondi nga dundi Gambia la politiko kono ndol le barikata atiti anala diaspora nkolu mennu ba noma ndol nga wol jiya America dol be je wol ke la mol la sirangol le kan ndol nga wolon ne wala lu ba noma e be fenyinola ndol man tara fenyine labul ndol nga nyim banko laje banko nyi na nyaato ta ndol nga wolaje ngaje ko ate manke moti me alon ka si banko nyi ko la membe nyim banko ka sa bondino ni yaje nganna na nganko di yala nganna na fulo dundi UDP wala sabu. Gambians in the diaspora want a leadership that is mature, that is informed, and that is honest and transparent, that is accountable and unifying. That's what we are looking for. We didn't see that in Barrow. So ateka kuma kensem for abeoda malla, but it is an indication of his desperation. Kavukomenko, he's losing it. Yalon ni mo na pare ta fami na akungo mina atondile ayalon ko abe boylale akungo le kawuli. Basically wala be ke kam Barola. Right now ayalon ne ko there is no way. But among kuje follow. Na last week in Combo will be the closing deal. Make deal on close la. In a week's time, in less than a week's time, we will close this deal. Barrow will anala deposit of an you can just mark it and put it somewhere. Election day, you call me. Now, I bet Momo I'll give it to you. Barrow lost this election. He's already lost this election. So there is no what I have been in desperation. I've been in Adu Amankuma followed it. Barrow Belaman Nabelola platform of Kamol Banning. Abelaman Nawal. They want the diaspora until Naya Munesoto. Until Mala Haji Naman Haji Soto. Until Jututalale. But Ngalonko more ungrateful than Olemadi. Ngalonko is incompetent. Ngalonko Aman Sobea. Ngalonko is corrupt. So Wale Atinantol we don't have anything. But in Bugala time, Yalong Nafa Eko 2016. Na ala boss alkali konta nyininka. Ngamem fa na saputa nyoyen. Nene mo nyim fo moy bari ni alkali konta saputa nkai ako he has nothing to lose nkai ko alkali nkai be nyimme na nyine be fitnol dudna UDP. Alkali konta ko nyeko ako nya I don't have anything to lose. Ni usenu ni adama dunta nyola na haji tije. Nkai I have everything to lose. Nkai I have everything to lose because we've suffered for this party and this country for the past 20 something years. Nkai na sila ngaje obe tinyala. Yana ko moy na saputa nyoy nkai ko se kabobila nkai be menkele yake nkai mfana be menkela ngake ko ni mansa fulay kalib bambol bal turala kilina ka do ambo nyaje na karerolu ya karerolu samana. And then if you go back to the history ni musa tarikoto ekata ka bring last National Assembly election on menkela Niamina naje karerolu sambaje
e karol ni la joron sombaje ye mo la karol sanje naje ko tanke fanan yow di sem carrière sifalo o di sem bagaso ni boj naje yow la sama na nyami na ko tanke amin but this ndoli o jelo ko as an insult I don't know malo to nya jama ko nendiri balete
nendirolam of course nendirolam woti anin jutuna ya bari fengo me ya lonko as important as a country banko be nyame mol la sulol be kolari nyame banko nyinka kurang te jaral da man so nyim banko ka. The health sector is in shambles in this country. Education system is in shambles in this country. Every sector of this country a baby tinyarine. Molwe, this is the issues many are lonko, you know, we need to be addressing. But rather, iko kata karelo leta ika nyini bari ya ita ninyun lalako nyunu man kuning iman dunia fellong. Wale ati na drobe wochkela. In real democracies, in real societies, who will think about that? Only in the Gambia sa sifai. So jutu na ya man tambinyi na nin nendiro, and everybody see it for what it is. Nendrolem jutu na yalem is so denigrating. Kala kalo mol kan kamus banko molo ikata aka karelota ikawodi wala just to entice them to vote for you. Nkamem for mole always. Baro, love, you cannot buy love. Ibuka love kano buka sanno. And Baro, that's what he is attempting to do over and over. Aka fail. Anu ala nyim fana be fail lale. Ya muda ko niya karelo sa yadi mola molbe sinol. But men be mutari majority of the Gambian bulu saying wolam nyindi Baro ayala fengol natinam. Ayala fengol nana nala fengol sina ay dinna nse doma bulu be pare ndekarto fayla adu wobe proof lale Baro ko e Baro tala deposito sotola ndala fana nga nyewuli afo atala deposito fon sotola simply because Gambian ol je kodi Baro lale you know yaajele ko Baro manke moti me alongo asinyim banko sambano. Baro is creating a lot of problems in this country. So obviously you know Baro te kuke no la nyimbanko ka me alongo asati na gameno le kato fay
asatino Gambian ko le kato fay mboj nyaajibe right now fele bedunkan Niamina Kudang Udp bitawol to be anung Niamina is the place that meant along karelo nyulu savo ye tala wol anung karelo nyulu ye tala wol to before again vele bidaka nje anu naloko with Niamina naloko we are going to win election in Niamina Dankunku and Niamina West but saying maybe the local people in Niamina might not understand the insult Baro is making to them but ila mulwe alonko be diaspora I want you to call them ye because I believe near moment info is like Nidiam to the Kadiam diaspora call directly. Niamina lo dimul mele alonko. Be diaspora I believe maybe they may understand more than the local people on the ground in Niamina. Ibe mina follow it's a to inform their people this is a big insult to them.
So ngala nako Niamina dingo be dunia daoda ibebe la moy la nyinale. But also, yalon ne membe hapuni la dulalto. Menu be diaspora la menu be Gambia. Niamina nkolu mo bunyari ngolati. Mo horomari ngolle muti. Ni momo nada akwa be jutuna ya sambale kang Niamina dingol te sonna wala. Niamina alfa kende jamal le boraje. Menu yalon ko wolle yatinna kabri independent fombe bimento. Ni ajem fudata tento wolle ya sabu. So wol dingol te sila yaje mobina mome yalon ko malonga bota dame. Mo kalantang mo sondamentang kana ka fa be juduna ya sambale la mulka esi bultan nim fulo la nyoka so I'll urge them nonetheless ka fo ko men ko nyimun tol beni tol itol la kelolam nyin tol ni bela kelolam nyindi bari nde believe ta menna nim mo juduta Gambia dingola dawoda is my responsibility ndanga lo wo mari nyol fe ka o juduna ya nyin ka kele so tol we will join with our folks in Niamina ka aje ko Baro e nyim malanta atonde kalanta ya ko me atilila nga keleje nde kabri nada mboda US na force campaign to ngake Niamina le general be wulla nyin to nyin national to nyimbe stade la nin siara timo ya nyol ni e to so de kala Niamina Dankunku njoben nyol job kunda nyol and other places we had a very successful meeting in those areas and every community after community in Dada Dame ila problems are geoteje yana ko silo teje lopitane teje borolu man soto dinne wala karangol tinyata do ko man soto these are their cries everywhere ndara jele bari nga menje je fanan within that 2-3 days nga men spend je, it's a sea of change. I'm very, very optimistic about Bibi Lala, Ninkate Fada, Niamina Lao area, Dankula area, UDP Labina. So Baro can do anything. As if Fengo Bele Kas Kumo Belefo, but Ninkare La Quote Lola. Ndelafaranga Wuliafo, but in Niamina Dingulu, Mbali Odla. This is our fight, all of us together, collectively. Ibe Dauda, diaspora, Mutu, Jimbango Kanem. Let us fight this menace in our society. Aringa Jutuna ya bay Bangkoka, nga Kalanta ya bay na Bangkoka. Batara di ya membe Bangkoka nga bay, barona la molbe tulungo men na mola nga bay. Jutuna man tambingina. Iman loptano ta yadi mola. Iman mano daji ndi molye. Iman tulo daji ndi molye. Foye kata ay ka karelo tay ka wasay ka itandi la ko atul bam nyolu mam futu al manjari fenna al man fello. Because nyimu wolet. Bayante Bibi Lala ndela concern mumenti. Gambia dingo be daoda abe good standard of living soto. Adunga lonko everybody. This is what we've been fighting for 25 years. This is what we want. Ite kana ita man fendi ndela fo karedo ko ka wolet ndela. When a hospital there no medication na bari musolbe fala every day tingoto. Imam fenso do be mem fola mole fo ka karelo se ka di wala. Onyin juda. So ngamira nyami nan kolu. Nyi mankal da mala kelot. Mbella kelo Gambian le munti ko Gambian to come fight. We fight for every Gambian from every corner of this country. So we will continue to expose Baro and we will say and stand with our people anywhere there.
Can you in Jaring again? Ako kabirim presam Baro na tajam Kurong was running like hell. But ako kabirim presam Baro ya ako di doro. Ako from 4 o'clock yesterday. Kurong monsodo. Dolbe large na Kurong monsodo for instrument.
Yeah, you are witness to that. They are witness to that. But I can remember the corruption in Baro. Neanata, by that around is Kulangamara. Kaitandiko, everything is cool and dandy. Nata Dolong, but I can't find the expose. Imagine how more people are stupid. But look at this local man, how he break everything down yesterday. And there are thousands of those kind of people, many along they are well informed, despite their educational level, they are well informed. They know what is happening in the country. And they will not just stand by to come and Baro nala nying kalanta yame ba abake kam banko kan. Yesi ye bulta nim fulola nyoka ya ajube.
Finally, what's going to be your final word for today?
My final word for today, coming as always, in politics, a day in politics is too long. You know, it's not over until all the votes are counted. Even though we are very, 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 very optimistic. This is our election, but we have to do double our effort. If we are doing 10, let's do it 20. Because malafi baro nga bute domandina. Mbaitan la baro la ko. Aninga famantara nyola. Ana dokol lebe nyola. Ana famantara nyola. Ana dokol lebe nyola. Ntolu baitan nila la ko. Ntolu manka aflaunti. Afawante. Pause no manka nyadu nyola. Pause no dingo le ulumeni alonko. Woliye teo ila kurroye teo benne. Ntolu nga ke mansati. Mbabo nila jele. But you know, to the entire diaspora, again, I cannot thank you enough for the trust and confidence you have in me. Gambians are very, very, very proud of you. Albe menna nyim banko ka ngajele. Whether behind the scene or out in the open. Itara dawoda. Ntara sate o sate to safonye ko alla na diaspora ko le nyine kejang. Wodama dama and satisfied. Some of these people may long, but it shows how committed Gambians are to the United Democratic Party and to the country at large. Kajeko, we want this change, a positive change. So mbal tentula wala mbal jaila. Alinga work together as much as possible. Let us help our communities. More money when in banko kang. Yetela area la aliyala mol mobilize ale coordination okay. It is fit no da order. Hani left the polling agents labang. You go there, volunteer to be polling agents. You understand it? Nyin kelo ko nga fo nyameng abundo la kelo di baro nyamandu mola dunia kono ay manjaw soto la manke diaspora ko hakela ka to nyamem fay bari ntol ngani struggle men beke kanyim banko bondi from ya jamme ni anye ngawke muna sabu nko na moli lo silaka e balunya e sone he couldn't do any of those. Instead abelola abe bulala na alfalla abelola abe na kodol tinyala abelola you know abe more empower many alongo down not even the citizen of this country ngajela the security system in this country how fragile it is. You have people many along other nationals. Wolle be manalen tolla bankol. Ofongo is a disgrace. So ngalon nak fananko deep down. Another 5 years of Baro. Wallahi na banko will go to fall in the wrong hands. As a Keno farmer, we will not have a Gambia anymore. So to avoid all that, let us redouble our efforts. Allah katakuo abe koirin adum patiola leadership ya recognize le. To every level, at every level of the party and at every level of this country. Ntata daoda isafonye kona diaspora kolle nyinkeja. It makes me more prouder of you people. Komenga fonya mentamu, I'm just a facilitator. I told many alonko the Mafo the champs, the Bob Toures of Finland, the member Janj, the Lamin Konates, the Njundu Sanes. I can count them. Many alonko they are the chapter reps, chairpersons. They are responsible for whatever Ntulukamen achieve now in the diaspora. So I will thank them and thank them over and over. You know, this is our fight and this is your battle. Until the votes are counted, nkana si ngambulta nimfulola nyoka. Again, you can contact me 749-3271 if you just get here and you want to get in the tour or you want to know what you want to do. Contact me on 749-3271. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Olu. That is Brother Mboji Serikan. Next we have in the queue is going to be Brother Youngs Dabo. Nafanambe Kachala, the injustice may along go be caring. The injustice may along come Sansan and will be caring. The young Sodola, Afanambe Diamola, Barim Banco. Banko be tem momento Gambian kolon fo moli diamu melia lonko ya kulong banko la kotele so kama don be brother yang fanan sotla jang mina ka diamu li ñin plimbali al melia lonko wolle be kering nyaajele baro diam ta janda même fo ko ata fonle o dake pour ka 3 years molta ke mdake bunte aga sola amanda o fanan la ko danke the same person ko dake naje nene frumus gomes o fanan keda modi melia lonko Citizen Alliance la spokesperson naajele o fanan kidi bungo ko yala fongol diala bari atata dingra nyundo naje ko manza kunwa nye peda kanje kapaye ko kamuda kasindiru la killing brother Youngs enen Gambian ko se diamu enen diaspora ko se diamu ya fo mun kule be kering nyin campagne ko
baraga baage sirfo amunda Gambia be ngania killing Gambia be hamen killing be hamo momenti wolem nyintu ko kakata mansa kunda useless mo min benna banko kan mi yalon ka adam barole ya nyaton kaya ko mansa kunda nyim bonde je ka gambianul la batada ko lu men be gambianul da ka ko nyim bay womu kulet mi yalon ko akuma da bakale bi for Gambia and Gambiano be dawda because what is happening in this country, even if no one is telling it to anybody, we should all be aware of it. The country is not moving. The country is at a standstill. And we need a new direction to move this country forward. That should be beyond even politics. It should be beyond anything else. This should be a national cause. It should be a unifying cause for every Gambian to make sure we are able to emancipate our country from this terrible leadership that we have and this lack of trajectory that we are now we are being led into. That is something which I think it should be a patriotic cause of every Gambian that we make sure we succeed in removing Jammeh Barrow on the 4th of December. Because Jammeh Bondele, what we hoped we would get, saying Barrow Lafta will be Dasla, and he want to return back the same despair, me alonko wole banko so that frustration and confusion on me bankoma for the last atondele 22 years on the Jammeh. Atela fole felan, that certainly cannot be a future for us. Our future cannot be in the past. We cannot retrogress. We have to progress because that is the only way this country can move forward. And no other country is waiting or standing at a standstill. Every other country is moving. Gambia is the only one retrogressing, and then we are the only one at a standstill and not making any progress. And it's because of incompetent leadership, Ngaminje Barola, and in the lack of leadership that we have in Barrow. Because Barrow doesn't seem to care anything about this country. The only thing that Barrow and his administration care much about is about themselves. Mimbe tol demala, mimbe fenkela, and in the level of immaturity van Baroka Miyitandi tells us that we need to help Barrow himself by rescuing our country from him, because he is unable to lead this country. He is unable to manage the affairs of our nation. Now, the other side issues, and they are very, very important, coming Nene Frida Gomez la KSD. That is something you don't even understand. Because this country, I thought at least even under this current dispensation, we've made a little bit progress. But it seems like in Tola Polisolu, they are still entrenched in the old dictatorial system of Yaya Jammeh.
Yes.
Barrow could not improve that at all. Polisol jibe kamanya mi kamena mindiate be dol arrest la like that the guy from Gam Petroleum, he all detained for over 1 week plus, which is against the constitution. Even all detained for more than 72 hours. He can't detain and nothing, no one is saying anything. But you see, the Human Rights Council should be making noise about these things, but they're not doing it. Yes. Instead, they are just getting distracted in what people are saying in the political campaign. You don't understand. Some of our priorities sometimes because the Human Rights Council should be on the police by now. You cannot do this. You cannot detain someone for more than 1 week without bringing that person before the court. That is against the constitution.
So you mean you more arresting about the fuel saga?
Fuel saga, Sehu Dramening, Kadi Kebe, and another guy. They've been in detention for, newspapers have even reported it. We still have not had a statement from the Human Rights Commission, and that is very sad. So institutions need to stand up. Yalung Obama kanyinevako, Africa needs strong institutions and not strong leaders. What we mean by it's like IEC. What we have seen in IEC is becoming a very strong institution, because they've been able to say, like the other day, Barona la multa da Janjambure, when they're not supposed to be there. Yes. The IEC came, they said, we give you 20 minutes to pack up and go, because Mama Kande and his people are supposed to be here.
Yes.
Yes, that is what strong institution means. You know, the other day, Kabiring Baroning Esafala Vengo Befengera, the paras were not saying, oh, everybody should step down, but they said, look, these other people should be able to have their convoy and then have access to go on their route that they are taking, and you guys cannot impede that. Strong institutions, the moment we have those in this country, things will move. The Human Rights Council, they are like a toothless bulldogs, barking at everything literally, but what they are even barking at doesn't make sense. So I think they need to tighten their belts and then stand up for what they really truly supposed to be standing up for. Nyinene Frida case, what is happening? It's a classic case of dictatorial system. Police station or day, Mosamba police station or day, from one station to another without the family even knowing where they're taking the person to. What kind of system is that? The arrest, the offense or the alleged offense is alleged to have occurred in a particular jurisdiction. That comes under either Brusubi or Senegambia police station. Why are you moving them around to everywhere? Nobody even understands. But they're doing it simply to frustrate and intimidate and instill fear in the hearts and minds of not only Nene Fridan but everyone else. That is just rubbish. That is not good policing. Policing is not supposed to scare the people. Policing is to gain the support of the community. That is what community policing is about. But how do you gain the support of the community if you instill fear in everybody? Nobody is going to be supporting the police, because they're going to see the police as the bullies. Now, look at the social media. Every Gambian who is supposed to be in support of the Gambia Police Force is up in arms against them. How can they then claim to be a national police force?
So Nimba understand, Ibim Poka Wolom Yutuko, Nintembe Muso, Mea Lonko, Gambia Musolem, Musole Mea Lonka, Kamamonke Musola Kotole, Mea Lonko Wolem Nene from Musgomeste, Nimbe la Fahamla, Manaka County.
Tilimbali
watching Ibim Poka Wolom Yutuko, Pulisoli Bulula, Walakan
Tajantea Dronevi, because Minkera, Kabri and Nene Frida Muda. Nene Frida Musole mi Dimba Atielem. You understand? And in Lamin see a minimum, Dimba Atiele bit. By right, there is no investigation means a police will take more than 3 hours. And then there is no other reason means site and the police will go. Nene Frida will interfere with their investigation. Munshatine tabula nola on bail kunum found. bari ma bula bella ya bula station o min fanando imanna bula wala foi kata police ko ne nim pick up el binale be nyunale wala ka 3 years. This is the same modus operandi coming operate. Ning ndanga that was a tactic that the old commissioner was using. This is system. The police need changing. The police, it need to change. Near for more labor belief, but their whole modus operandi need to change. It can behave nyami ya jama days. It can behave all nyama today, and then ning change monkey. That is how they're going to behave tomorrow. Change needs to happen within the police force itself. Mimbe kela wala mnyindiko police all ning offense keda da min jail jurisdiction not. Amari ala assess for. Anyanta bail la fama nyana bail because investigation also continue no la hani bi nene freedom ma obay no as a continue no la sama nene freedom la bulo ma obay man kuti nyawodo nene freedom can go you do your investigation but why do you need to deprive this young lady ala dimba ya lo ibo deprive la no nyaadi le bo justify no la nyaadi le wol ni wota nyojal mo clean bi yemi yalon ko he took the whole thing personal because nene freedom la case mo kenolet keno nying atata court la court katel tam jet all anti crime la fengonya so ning court katel tam dulanyinde she has every right katawoto a court order of a court is law under our constitution section 4 therefore section 7 therefore laws of the Gambia any orders from the court
so akomo nimba famla masakunda la nying amanyanya amunyine ko akabango dungu besila ne kabango dungu besita
nyin silango le be kering ñun ye mimmire yalon to la police billahi ngba ku kelem fala Gambia tole balle ben do la police kuntiyol bulu ila believe mum min wala ñun ko ka Gambia nolu ni be marale ke silandi le ya jamme mentality doro ye instill fear ye silandi andum majority of cases min ka banyim bango ka ka silango tede akabannim badiya ni muslahal tem Gambia no se vex nyangonya ni mol na te diamte ko ha nga badia fodra be ka bawon you understand abuka ke yena e kido nyaka mol ka me island but the police wole mentality min zoro wala nyundo nga jombe na parali kidi bal bon na parali pare na ye nyunne kete mo be sila that fear rule mentality is still very very strong in our police force nu wote banko sambano la nyato fo nyim police system wala change police only understand ko community policing is what Gambia needs and women require well nyinto ko nene free de la case first of all ni tata banko banko e ka fole the presumption is always in favor of granting bail unless and until there are few things interference with the witnesses or investigation reoffending risk of reoffending and absconding you ku sabol mostly ka bail balewon but bail, the presumption is always in favor of bail. So police will near mo muta. First thing inyante mira la wala mungabula. Ku sabadoro ne ati ne manya na mari bula wala mnyindiko nal silanta ko ninga abula na police la investigation no mnyanda kala ba interfere la warang be witness so min nyanda police will fanga bita will interfere warang ninga bula bitala la ku ko kotenje warang ninga bula abe borla o ku sabodoro ne ati ne be bail nying ibe bel nying ibe manya ne mira la bel wala be ber ko bay ba ne mo muta doro first thing nyanda bel mira ini musu no mutale follow ne mo muta nyantale ya fala mo le nge mutal ya muta dalilo min kam wol be mam fonyin ye mutal doro mudu mol bi takanje even fen ko police ken no mim fon ya muta o ka fo order from the top what kind of nonsense is this order from the top akaka order le but from the top well ama fonte bar nga ñene read from the various social media outlets ko police anunga moy credible social la because ngamira Dr. Cisse ya safele Madi Jobate ya safe ani modol ya safe ko the officer in charge is waiting for orders from the top yalon wol mu kulete min yalon ko wo manya naka kay in the 21st century police olu station o mi muta that station should be competent enough to deal with the matter top should not interfere because top la business into wada keta police on la regional ni alonko imanjiki wo police lo manane bo kala in charge but if the police officer station officer commander atefamo majibe ko atefamo majibe afango fe ko nyimu kule me I need to seek a referral why should orders be coming from the top dictating them on what to do that is wrong ñine mu problème oto wala na political interference keta police la do koti ku jurmol keta wote. So the police need revamping. Nim manje revamp police la mentality a change ko. Buso ning falia ning mo bute ning fenko wote nyim banko sambala. Ya jame akajana manta no. It didn't work. 22 years was an experiment enough. It didn't work. We need to abandon it. Mimu quote moving forward. Wala mnyindu ko sign. Nali mol muta. First thing you need to think of is granting them bail. Ikana hani montoro wati saba wati lulu sabi. Because information ebe mendala mansia. Statement on them. This statement on tata Maria statement on they are releasing on bail.
So it's like with UDP government, this is part of your plan, Kajako. Albabango Sambala according to the law.
Of course, Ninko rule of law. That's what we mean. That's what we mean. An officer, because Yalo Nyanta Minkela, citizens' rights need to be entrenched, and the police powers need to be looked into. Because police powers are open to abuse, and this is the problem. Because coming a min for Nimu Bankuleti Kubuka Keno Mianunko. Mold the mind in the community becoming resolved now. You understand? So, you cannot just jump in. Yeah, police system of Enamianunko is dictatorial in nature. It just impose itself the will of the police on the people. No. But Minkera, Nyanta follow me the people near Momo arrest and marry Nyantale, Ayana Mul inform on the spot. Within 30 minutes of arrest, Inyanta alawla mo kumanda la family kono kafai, many police station karle, yemuta nyindalilol. You understand? Yeah. Now, they need to check the person's health. Can make so for he is fit to be detained or not. Whether that police cell or detention is suitable for that person. Namol la nyanto kumada bagelde. That is what we call human rights, respecting the rights of people. Number 3, police la cell of we need to revamp all of it. Ni UDP, we have to work with Amnesty and all the human rights activist groups, Najibe, how they're going to help us in revamping the police cells, Benjamin. But also detention needs to be something that we need to look at. Even in a Frida arrest la, yamuta police station o mende yamuta woto fire suit o lawro, ikanenyola the next day bim another station. Oh, it's not nice. Oh, it's not. Okola number 2. Police need to be able to make that relevant assessment on Ying. Because police will get case found fair and court sometimes because why they took that case to court. Some frivolous enkol barikalo min fon bije wala nyindiko politician do le tata diamuta nyindoye waranga tata nyindoye police prosecution of wala nanko. We need prosecution taken away from the police and let it be directly under the director of public prosecution. So we have public prosecutors rather than police prosecutors. Because police have been open to a lot of abuse in this country. One problem with me alongo, we need to work very hard, can make sure no cool improve. Ninko, the human rights of the Gambian people to be valued and respected by in all institutions. We have to do a lot more. But the Human Rights Council, they need to do a lot more. They need to be able to join in legal action. They need to be able to take legal action against other people. Amanke, they can punish or anything. Anybody with an interest in anything can take legal action. Why are they not taking legal action against the police? Or joining with other people or even supporting people to take legal action against the police in some of the police brutalities. But they have to step in. Sekou Dramela case, they have to step up. They are way too silent on so many issues that are burning human rights issues. That is something that they need to wake up.
We're about to go now. It's almost 500 people. Maybe GBA about UDP la pool agent solo. For UDP, make sure the right pool agent will keep blood.
No, definitely. But you know, pool agent told me, but in Tolubuka, Makana Jikola, pool agent told the Mafon. Na molu mini carte of fai nka fo wolle ni bota carte fayola yajel ni momo carte of fai dron ye murung ya mantra laring pulling station pulling agent dol da makande be lare min ka wole mun na carte dingolu ni carte of fai daming ni carte of fai daming ni pareta carte of faila ye yeta ni kondonda e bota kontongola doron ye murung carte faydula yesije la hatal jonki ya make so ning mo hani ay sila mol koy ba dunna bunko ne ya fa hani de da mata dunna mbele ba dunna nyol you understand momo kabe dunna poline jono men man tala carte o fay kanje fo agent wala waranyi ndong ni momo kabe dunne ko yalim be nga dun nyol e be dum poline station ya jiba be mun ke kan na findina nan albe findina ali allah ta kontina ninga banda damin carte o fay wota be ya bonninal nyala ni be dunna ka bonninal be dun nyola ya bonninal nyala ayna na fengo wala mu koto melane men
so comme da ibe men foka wala nyundi ko
poline jol dol damade
ni so manda ni boxol be sil ni be ya dundu nyola
mba make so la samanda
ya londi je kak moli ya make so you know ya boxol be lo damento prendre kana traje prendre men ko moso dunno wala boxol be lo damento bla kana bla men ko moso abulo yotuno la abulo
fro exactly
boxo kala damento mo nyanda ka mexo lako je lampo taraje
exactly
boxo be damento be men foka wala nyindu ko mo manyana sona mo
kunkle dunje albe man taraji be kan kabra be dunna jaay mene ki jaay findina mo bele nyanta taraji
anu ni be carte kiso fa di la mola ete ejendo nyanda ka confirm le carte kiso killing ko le
diamana yes wala nyanda ka
pour nyimbe
kanaje ke tilmo e kadro mo suñar kanak because ñing suñaro ne momo ko batrala mbaye mutalale nunga nyanda mutalal wolum ko nyande because it's a fenkole mate patriotic na civic duty lam nyindi wolum nyindi ka make so gambiano la voice nying of ila choice will emerge as the winner and the next president of the country. Wakumata jebakelde because nyimbango mulbe dami mulbe patarn, and people want change in this country, and for so many good reasons wale atina mol lafta change that because banko mi alo mani boro da baka ji akasele lala president be kodo bumbaila momi alo ko ganna kana fente wala account do sai woni million kemeflol woka kodo men fo di molla o ka tambile womu kule mi alo ko wokumata gambeno le na sula kolemu annuna wajibi atale pour nga make so that government is changed way falling because ni data nyim banko jibe sirfo hani nyim fuel crisis fango damma way nyim banko mul batandele banku te dunia economy alon ko ila mul se tara batari kontol be batari ngambe nyamen wo banko mul yo president maintain o buka ke president nadara adama barona la mul gambe non la sula ko soto. Let's say, for example, Niamina UDP government. Ndelbe ming expect la kabirin January 2020. Nyanda make solale nga katako beke mani boto a kolea be dunia nyango nyambar mani boto da ji nyimbankoka. Nim mani boto da ma found tulo e ji sukuro e ji fengo be e ji. Nyanda make solale na youth solo do ko e tara kenin dan ka futa election bari te man doku ke fengo be da be kolari mbalo be kolari man na inate da ile fo fuelo fo memu reserve de la bango kan alka o fanan be wafi to a point na la banko bu ka fuel fango sotono molu mi yalon ko anno mi mumbe yaje nin ke ba do diamuda moro le nyende ke ba lamu adata politique kuto is what I mean it telbe nyomi ma fon le ten na mo kende ba because anene kene kudolo so inneno le la fala keno nyim fekkela na fekketa wodo so nata do ko do kay wolum akonyal be campagne be ka tan mandara UDP ngay be campagne lo ga yalon atol bu ka politiko nga ndol ga bar nyinang fon sa nyin kenno bon ko nyani ko nyendi ma ko nyin kenno wonyanda talale ngago mu ne kada ko nye ndel talibo le banda jak nyanta talibo sambala Senegal burkata baade wala fuelo manson wallahi ako fuelo man soto pour kata talibo bade ala molia e man fuelo soto no Gambia akonye mfama do moylan tulo la imbango ko mo remember akonye sai nabanda mingala ni wo bade wol nada diam bayri talibo nying a karantan tolle la jam pour nga bade ja wole wajibe we wol affect nyami so this is how it affected ordinary Gambians. Dolbije wato ikam ni suto ni binal hani 12 o'clock isam moltare be lift batola because motol mantar taka and they had to go to work. Ni manda do golete bay. So they want to hang on to their job. Ika dolje be wafula. Ibe tamale simola betala. That is all happening in Gambia. Mol setara bata kono. Wele na karte fight to maintain a president who didn't care that, who was that careless to put them through that kind of thing. Hello. Hakilinta yala ba numun Adam Barrow. President ul benum France la president François Hollande. Kabra Poland fengol jibe ko is very unpopular. Moma fa resign afon lo ta kwa the second time nyinila. Also dale. Bari woni hakilo la jibe. If I don't go to ya no provision will make ma half of it ma a fulfill no. The thing became too challenging than I had thought. So ni mu forote ni man ko me samono ko man ngol ko iko nyaabo ka duno ko bar ko ka mentano aka wolonne. This is something that we all know. Adam Barrow is incompetent. He is not intelligent enough. Nte na kabirin data la kaitu ko jibe data la certificate of jibe because I want to know this guy what was his qualification. Kabirin data they follow ga English found in maths but ndangalon ko calculation is this guy's problem.
Yes.
And language is his problem. So how are you going to be able to lead a country that you cannot even read the instructions that are coming from your ministries? And they want you to sign it, understand. It about mathematics, economics will be called or calculation or no. You know, how are you going to be? I'm in the interview. Yeah. So how are you going to be able to do all of that? So, Adamadungo, Nyantala Mira, but you cannot be this selfish enough, it has to be me alone. Ala indal tamin. Ala kabrawe tamin fa ko ele batarajel sanjita. Ala le tamin mom bala wala bara fa ko nyala batarajel sanjita. Ala se tara moli yanga ngad la fana ko the same person na bataraji.
But yang ako diaspora ko akatul mo ba fenyol lit.
Yeah.
But mina na adama mina na ka kampa to diaspora.
Yalo wo Gambian ul fao wo nyanta Gambia bele dimila. Bayri mbenga lo Gambia diaspora ka synchro ma ko mim ma ko nyimba ko ko siata. Sai wo molu minu yalon ko wol ke fambale wo kodo la tubabdu e ka do ko ke lungolu be wulla ala suba o sumya ba kono e be wulla suba kono e be wulla suba e be wulla suba enim borobe tala kata do ko ke dan ko ninga kodo min sodo ngakin na mole min be Gambie e balu yewo molje na dante damalle man ni do ko la tubabdu de because dol bije e c'est no l'état social.
You're right.
Ye social application ko de ko man do ko so man sabe jol e ka do man no min so do wo statement no because man sabe la bo jola man sabe ko ni ndi la min se balu no ini wo se ko ni no bari yanu ku kle ne atina Gambia no katara falfin do ko wala Gambia nga bu ñimma lo namolye nga moto ma ñimma san namolye nga namol la loptan ko lu ni nata namol la balwo anem fenko ñina muy la main concern ñina muy la main kelot. You understand? So nyine mu kote molu menu bewo kekang wol bewo bata be kekang atol mam balafa soto wole ite president mi alon ko ite nyanta kala number 1 te ka ho mol jayi ite bukana wo mol jayi fo ite president katara wo mol kajafel andi ite la banko la nafulo fon damma akara kelingo almost 25 to 30 or 40% of Gambia la GDP be kabona Gambia no le bolu meno be diaspora wolbe wokodo kila na lungolu be fam ballale be wokodo kila na ite president the commander in chief of that nation the head of state ite koy buka wolu tentu bi kay jayi e kay la banko dingol ma koy minna e kedala do ko sone ndi la nya ni wolbe bulo lono nyim banko molbe survive la ba balu be kala la ba but no that is not happening. Ataka minke instead ataka ka wolle kajaf aka ka wolle tonye aka ni wolle be politikola ite ni wolbe no pre wo fongo damante wolle bata min fon kata la court kata makoy faate keta president bi atamanna mol soto ko wolle ma de jawde fo wol yalo Adam Barrow ta atambi batala aka ko wolu kele fay tambi bar ñu ndong alanda tambe ta bakele because Gambian diaspora deserves his respect and they deserve his gratefulness. He needs to be very much grateful to the Gambian diaspora. Kuti je mamen keno against ya jam. Doliye diele la. yela dimbal filije 30 December yela dimbal filije ye kidota iko foy yaaja me bonni Gambia la kano kam e fata woto wo molu wala molu wolni mini kutu kato kuwol beke ataka ma mol soda kaminu kajafi fo wolu yalon amunda Adam Barrow butung Gambia, this is our sad story. This is our sad situation. Wala na nkontanda bake because diaspora no minu bijang siata bakele nuibe campaigno minna nim moma long anyanta lona le wala frata Adam Barrow la de he is rattled by their campaigning. Diaspora no be campaigno la de momin dorom be jangandu mingra dolbe caravano kono le dolbe de campaigno la on their own. Andu minu fanam be diaspora al fanam be minna Adam Barrow malum, but we know it. And the ning victory kata on the 4th, it will be maybe 99% or 75% or even 50. Some people will go on to say 50%, but I think minimum 50% credit has to be given to you, the people of diaspora. Because Allah kata kuwal be minna, wole batina falindro be kala December 5th, nyimba goka. Fali a long, fal ma long, a jartale moyo fali. And wo kata ko lafta mim fala wala nyindu ko ala condemn wala na kenno me mujano abe ti abe telindro lal gam because I don't know the biggest opposition in Gambia is diaspora and Gambia momo e political Gambia la political long ibe kukleno lo wala nan ka fo mole ko UDP be win na because Gambia diaspora will dictate or Gambia diaspora political determine jang nin diaspora ko karita winna ate winna in bangokan ni ko karibe winna wala be winna ni be kata kangelen but diaspora ni wala kata kangelen de ko moment de winna ja ita winna because almost akoleata nyaw maybe hani ya doen le fo ya doen 50% of household be diaspora ko itolle kawol be dañini itolle marti ka momin dorom mako nyimbango ka te ban so no wol kam molu min mako ye ngani yele itandi wala murunda wala ye wol dani ko le ko alim mako ale carte o fay na kariye o mo be betala wolto so diaspora la kumaya atammitale anu diaspora la kumaya Gambia la politiko ono atammitale anu momo be diaspora momo nyanna jutula fanna wokal diaspora no be dawde nyanta wollo ne ko ñing election min gana ni ko Barrow boyta e ko wi dabo ala lon ko 50% of that work is credited to you guys in the diaspora. Atolle yak. Albija wol mantara jawa atolle yak. No minu bi jam faran ibe do ko minna nsa foye ko ka fonya de ngaji ngalama ela do ko seneata ela do ko vengre MPP ngol tata dawda isa foye diaspora non le nata wala na ñim diaspora ko amandia Barrow ya tol idunta dawda diaspora non beje idunta dawda kombo kono binila motol be fengel folo yalam folo ka folo semestal ni nata semestal be motol feng ban saing semestal di jere ni nata ye momo le be dunna mol kandoro e be mol campagne le ba folo ko na la fayim banko e dingo ko na nga keteng
that's but no la fam go nyaji be even in the provinces here naje you know sa te je ndada mo to mi diaspora tare be sabatari la
meetingol fangoto itolle ka meetingol mostly itolle ka meetingol nyim fon ndol kan patio jannem patio ka futa la comme for example kono dara no jaren dingol minu be banda they took it upon themselves ya make so ye ni sol famole ye domorol fenang ye mobilization okay ka motol jomole pour yena amanda woto they continue to talk to people jaren nete itata sate dol to Brikama Banyol to all these other places. You know, imagine Brikama Ba, Fatmata Kandela, Fenko Bebulu, Fatmata Kandela Bana Bije. Every day meeting with Nita Daje, Nimam Bania Bana killing Fla Saba Korosidro, Ibe Mojala Mialunko, Wasate Dingolum, Warawo Mafan Dingolum, Mimbe Diaspora, Mialunko, Kafoya Muta Ballet, Kafoya Muta, Haninam and brother Samas, Imala Gurboldi. Bamamas 1, 2, 3, 4. Go what me see la Bango Bebela Bamamas 1 and 2. Bango. But ala Broma Bakal, you want Baraga la Broda Busa. Go, but I follow Abulota. No, Broda Busa. asa kona ka ngodo ida soma
aka ngodo malab ka fote mbor fona fo nyama do
afa be fo de afa be fo so ya jere diaspora kumma ya badale so baro ate no you don't pick a fight that you cannot win ya jere diaspora ni wol ma kelo le ne ta win ya jame wol kelo ni jana na amin fango be amon succeed no so you can never win the battle with diaspora mimje hani UDP nin diaspora ko dami wen pati fo mo be kal do ya fe ne mamande ya o halim be ngaten gum folo ko imam ba bawa din na keje kabirin diaspora ko wër hey woy pati kebal be bu la mo be ngone ko nyela moldi man calm down ko
no
ega fo la mol mu ne calm down man kam folo ko nyaadu kara fo samari
yeah, but anyway
UDP le wolong ila diaspora no wala nanga fo diaspora in UDP diaspora le mu ila dingoti fal nyaabe minka e jikida be mumen wana ngoy gonal kam fada pa viringol alka high blood le dila calm down
no you don't really they really respect the diaspora because
no
of
they are
effort,
they yalu hadama you have to appreciate foro kawleke you don't take credit from where it is due diaspora we have to give them the credit yela banko le kanu moy bola banko dada banko doto abe banko doto banko e opportunity be diala but he still has not forgotten about his country he still akanyim banko do fo mi maka obal ko do la ka fena la banko do there cannot be anything loyalty beyond that so mumim be ke kay you have to appreciate that you see what I mean that is why the UDP appreciated it and that's why they said you cannot develop Gambia without diaspora they have to be part and parcel of it they have to in fact play a leading role in it because itata bantale itolnya idulaje ntolla mol mi bijay ka fon nanta dala dabe so ni la fa pour banko ka odulade fay so mol la input ni because o mol mi ne odulade dai tawol soto non la wala ne tata banko ka but ila mol mi tate non la soto je they can come back and help you build this country that is what we are talking about and I believe na diaspora they are ready and they want to make sure this country move forward. Momo ko Gambiano le, yalum baro malum bar momo ko Gambiano le diaspora mu jawde.
So do jembe ko ako do here baros new bomb.
Ako mo na wode.
Ako baro new bomb for ya.
Aba ndolbe kambe nyolo kono ndolbe ko ku jama mo baro la mi. Ndolbe jang imay kunun nin dolbe diamo la ko debate nyin ka yalum kunun mim fa ngata. Ni nada jibe kunun bati njobel ndaro nu ndami njobel nim fas nyol wo mu hadama no min doron nata woto
Dobon Kunda was like
Dobon Kunda was exactly Dobon Kunda bari njobel denina jareng min yalon ko woliyem batule for almost 1 o'clock at night
yes
so ni ko woliye ko at the end of all of that party leader is not going to be there that would have been a disaster for us you know you see for wala debate is important, but these kind of meetings are important because those people will hear from. Can you imagine in Jaren will be no sitting coming 12 o'clock in the morning?
In the morning, yeah.
If they're sitting in the morning, 4 suito talan killing 11 o'clock and 12 for the day, meeting over banda 1 o'clock. So they were awake from 12 o'clock for talan killing. If a more battle for party leader, for party leader to grace that occasion with them. If we had to go to Banjul on a debate and come back and then go to these places, it would not have been possible. We would have betrayed all of those people. That is a huge constituency. Even much more to participate or watch any debate. Sakoli o lambito cancel no kuriko party leader debate later. Understand debate. I don't know what it is for. So the debate should have been done in a much more coordinated way. And then timely, a time of demo lamina is more convenient rather than in the middle of town. Nin told kumada ba gebe golo for shuto kunu nibinala wo shuto dutala nyang dindingul nin kebalu will be la bunda ko to be botolo dang ko waving ko doron. It means a lot to so many people.
There is a saying me alonko that's the word trailing. Everywhere you go ekamina moy because they are everywhere to diamond keba ne tara siloka dinu yeta siloka ekamina fo be kamina di comme silo ka new tambira molla
e ko IG mo be kawlof IG keba dinning ani dinning meron yalla dinningo ya ma ka mengo mi fo la ka fa nyola ba non kawlof dinningo bo ko pick nom from anywhere aka pick le from home ni amoy dawre ka mala IG iti dunta region wo region to whether they are Mandingas or Wolofs or Fullers or anybody, everybody use this word IG, the phrase. Because more Gambians are tired. Minube urban areas, normally I feel much more Minube rural areas. It's very tough and challenging for them. So it is only obligatory on every one of them to effect change and to effect it on the fort. We pave a new path for Gambia. Ngasiku nga kuwal dada ku nga new path dada job creation ina for our youths nga jahal pacharing we had kunung yemino fo jahal pacharing ko mani ku nene bi ketul batandi wo ma fangola you know this is something ko jahal mani ku bukantul batandi jahal ntol buga mano sang because mano was they were producing it abundantly to a point that it was sufficient for all of them.
But youngs, yela dibito mo ilo kuno. Ay kuma fa we niyo kuya bag. Dibito nya ko
tractor
loko.
Taro tractor sanan jay soblo sanan jay. Abe bandia typical MPP ni fengo. Yalo mo mandingol ka fo mo do bi ni a song fo dro mo be gal no mo songol. Kabriya fo dro be ngalon ko nyuwo MPP let. It is their typical standard. Ni nyindom foye ko ngata bor hani borol leptanot ni borol itandile ko ngata sanna Egypt alon ko ngata sanna Indian you understand e kami itandile o mu kayto drone de for you to believe ya approve nim vengo gada dipitol ka ko la approve le the next minute mambre ni ngala mo leta they do what they want to do with it nyina bije they are not being held accountable for anything but Gambians we have to assure Gambians ko everything nyimimbe kadung jana kafinte jana benyanta kwelalde because this cannot carry on like this. So much wastage of Gambian resources had happened within the last 5 years of this regime. So much pilfering of public resources.
So I mean I understand Tractor New York contract with the one NPP guy la ay dabo fanam contract with the another person
yeah. So imagine dabo ning tractor lo man tanyo go MP call of dabo kuliata tractor and the même fa tractor sa membe do ko keno faro ko rada ñu nañ tractor ni ngol mi alon ko wala ko do doyata dang koy tore la kickback so la ko ne so ñunu greedy tele fa tambita ñunu ni nga Gambia dila yalon kam fo Gambianole han natural ko ngano de 5 years dila and expect change it will not happen we will come back again in 5 years time I told the same people better with tears I told more kilon kumbola kotanje because mommy alonko 5 years among kuke no go ya another 5 years don't believe him na e kuke la ma complete ko yalen so mola nga complete then you can give him something but there is nothing they've started that they can complete ni min patak jane ko pak jeli ni mboro rajan you see ibe ni anning mi manketa de ko tala so these people they are just propaganda. And the propaganda me use wolem nyinduko ndalbe win na le December 5th. Alsi ali ajibe do be win na e ba win na nyaming. E be ko fight but they want everybody to believe ko malay ko lebe jila nan sando wala na karto fay waran jino lebe la boxol mutale ka switch de ka boxol get. Abe fania Gambian people le ba vote la and those Gambian people be ko lentenite nintol ma vote me woden do la karto sot la.
Yeah Sana Jaju, I think you want to vote as Carota, it's America, Emamurna. We're waiting for you. Niman na Carota, it's like you make us lose one vote. So remember that, you understand? So, but youngs, beside the Niamina, that is one thing I make a Niamina call. And you go in Lambo Ninica, and Ninica. And President Barrow during the parliamentary, I carried sang. I mean, you carried somebody you didn't have on call. You like carried sang through some of those kind of things. Again, presidential election, youngs. Yes, now you couldn't get your career to camera come like Canada company, MP will be able. Canada company, the camera, another MP Musol be a baby to Mayo. So for them, the man for a Musol baby to Mayo, more le sada. Moro le sada, Paviti. Moro le sada, go nale carrier samba.
nale karelol samba ni nale karelol di momo la ngalo momo e tabiro ko karelo ko no we do ko because joka jinni balol la di mol la jinni bal adi al jinni bal mol ko do mo ko do fo hewo bare mbe situation min ko mala mi time o do fo hewo
wala ndako bo ndama yamre mero musol be bi ba
ani ngonyuru yalla mi mo gara ni am confused dar comme ñun ne deli mere confused gonde yan dem ko mi understand ndeke ni la karela ba aljala ni sum kalam bal mu ka understand mu hewle be kerim fondu e ka fo mo le lalta le jindi bal ñun mu dabi ko on the fifth bina party bala kala ba but you know at the moment they are very confused ñunu confusion o min bela o ya itandi gambia non la ko Gambia cannot continue like that because on a very sad note Gambia situation of GB, it's like leaderlessness. It's like we are leaderless. We don't have a leader. Na fuel crisis bejana, president be daring, pura be parak you don't even know who is who in this country. The whole system is in disarray. So, wumu kule de mi alonko, aku balafa warda because whether we know it or not, someone is suffering, someone is paying the brunt of it. So, we are tindalako. Ntel nga minje campaign yoto UDP la campaign yoto sako njobel kono njobel ning wasata wolu min bebe njobel bala wole mi tan na wala nyindi ko there is no way Adam Barrow can win this election and Adam Barrow needs to be realistic to Adam Barrow himself and that is I cannot win the election. Let me be real. Start packing my bags and then start saying things that are real. Start talking reconciliatory terms before it is too late. Because the election or reconciliatory terms, nobody will accept it. But saying I banko bele offend, saying banko I banko Gambian offend for saying I love that banko bandalang call for an offend. That is not good. And no hanna borraja bandalang call. So he needs to be very, very careful. But the memo quarter navlo the line karela dio. I may kana andate kanandila nung maybe vola mole wala nyndiko ne karela ba di minula ala fenka barni ko wi UDP mo kana jata berga o karela ba o karela wala move la ala adi modo la biko malo muna mo karela dalilo
so but yes you know I mean saying karte fe ko la kana si almost now I can say 10
less
days, less than 10 days or 10 days to the election.
Yeah.
Yang amandang karela la na understand ko ila mulu the likes of Siaka Jata, Sugu, the likes of Siaka Jata, Sugu and the others. Now understand the call.
We are in the interview. You are on Facebook now. You are on air. Mepa agreement.
What's the number?
2591W. BJL 2591W.
You understand? So Najele Ning Karela Ebe Karela Balu, the likes of Siaka Jata, the likes of Sugu Siante, and so many of these people. So many of
we're about to go here.
Yeah, so many of these people. Najele could be different regional talk. Even when I follow more, the danger of selling your vote as your final vote.
Yeah, maybe follow more. Maybe follow more. All of coming kunum pabi emem nimi yela carte waf ibe wanyar lal bayri at the end of the day ni man carte fay mebulo je inkono balo na wolita ma fay munete balika fay iman sasa iman fenke so wolem nyindi yete tal but mimu ko tanna floti banko nyin say inte kamem fo mole wolem nyindi kana miran ko damal ngam mira the next door ne bola bayri ninte nga domo ninte ka kontong siman dasa mo soro my next door neighbor wakat dasa mo doron ne soro abuka kontong soro do bije wo ka sima mo soro wala ko nyandam bala falale ala ko nyandam miralal nganda carte o fay wala nyindi ko I want to condemn him to that life that destitution forever nganda carte o fay to change it means I am helping him so that Rafanan said, condone in Simon. So let us not be selfish. This is beyond ourselves, or our individual selves alone. It's beyond our personal interest. This is now about our collective interest as a nation. Because Barrow represented danger to that collective interest. The only interest that is not endangered by Barrow's actions on his incompetency is that of Barrow's own interest. But the rest of us, the interest is all at stake. So, we think about the next door neighbor. The next door neighbor is struggling. The next door neighbor, forget about our tribe, forget about our religion, forget about our color. Just think of his humanity, that he is striving every day. He wants to get something to eat. I know this because in the live the environment, every day I get people, I try to help, but I also tell them, I cannot help you alone. You need to help yourself now. And the way you help yourself is you get rid of this president who doesn't care about you. I am not being paid to look after you. He is paid to look after you. What is he doing about that? So it is about the next door neighbor. That next door who you pass every day. Ala kordaman fence no. Ala bunda be hopotering ni samana the last samami na ala penkol be boin. Every samana that he is at the mercy of nature. That next door neighbor is the one that you need to now think of. Because whether you know it or not, the next leader that wants to come wants to think about that person. And he wants to help that person. And you alone can make it happen. Don't be the one that will impede that chances. And no need man karte for our next leader, that leader will not come. No new leader man now, our next door neighbor will not get help. He will not get help from you, neither from that leader. So this time around, we need to think about the next door neighbor. Ndolu, we have family in Europe. But the next door neighbor doesn't have anybody, not even us. So that next door neighbor is the next man we need to think of, because the next leader wants to look after him. And the next leader wants to create opportunity for him. The next leader wants to get the next meal for him. We should not impede that, we should help that. So this is my message to Gambians. Kane la karto fight. Ela karto se next door neighbor mako no, not telling him food, but food for the rest of his life. Adingul la karambungulu, the prosperity of them. Don't be the one that will spoil that chance. That's all of Gambian, and that is my message. As we are about to embark on the tour again, we go and get more votes, and then we go and get more people to vote for United Democratic Party. Vote for UDP, vote for UDP, vote for UDP. But if you cannot vote for UDP, vote for any other person except Adam Barrow. Please. That is the message.
Thank you very much, Brother Yanks. Eka keno mevo ke kono bani, you know. Algal, atlab Yanks security. Ajele, gwana Yanks security jele.
Algar.
Momo koka Yanks.
Avoy ne mamba ku gele.
So guys, thank you very much, everybody. Momo yalong ko iben jibe kang dong, albentula jibe kang. Bayo Sonko albo jibe kang, aka Silvo Sonko, aka Bayo Sonko albo jibe kang. Dong right here in Niamina Kudang, comme Jalba Mereka for Niamina Kudang Kolia, Nemasu. Niamina Kudang Kolia, Nemasu. So we're gonna stop here, Madulu. We now move, inshallah, Bimbetala Muntole, Niamina Dankunko. Before Dankunko, we have meeting in a couple of places. Keep following us. UDP TV&MEDIA, Metalale Live, anywhere we have a good network. Metalale Live, please. Na campaign Fonkolu, na rally, please see at the rallies. Momo yalo kiben jibeka. The moment you come again, the moment you are not wrong, make sure you are here. You forget something here? No. Okay. Momo not wrong, make sure you are here. It's going to be very important, eh? So it will be very important. Momo yalo kodro iben jibeka, guys. So bidon wrong. Comment follow wrong. Allah brother aka Bayo Sonko and whatever jam. So we will stop here. I think I am cold. Young command Banandang Kumalong, you can command me whether it's for something else, I don't know. Not on them. Kurkasia.
Jali. Ela di nol bela mi mascole. E ma mascole. Ya. Ani kalian tolak jalur. Yang penting kita jalur jauh. Atau
ini kaya ilang mo din, yaro, itong dosi din.
Saan tolak sendiri ke? Ako
Yaro ko mga
tolak jalur.